Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back at the Technical Forum at the group exhibit Hydrogen Fuel Cells and Batteries here at the Hanover Fairground. At this time, I would also like to say hello and welcome to all our online guests. We are live streaming from the fair, so we are having international guests watching from all over the world. I'm your moderator. My name is Mona, and I'll discuss with you the next topic, which is flexible solutions for fuel cell and electrolyzer testing and system development. And for that, please welcome with me on stage the division manager of EBZ, Dr. Sandro Ruhland. Big hands, please.
Thank you very much for the kind introduction, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my presentation about flexible solutions for fuel cell and electrolyzer testing and system development. On the first slide, a short introduction about our company. So the EBZ was founded in the year 2000 in Dresden. It's a city in eastern Germany, and we are a member of a company group AST. And with SOFC development, which is still our main topic, we started in the year 2002. And we are part of a SOFC cluster in Dresden. So as maybe some of you know, there are also some other companies and research institutes working on the SOFC field in Dresden as well. On the next slide, you can see an overview of our products. It's divided in two main groups. The first are the process technology, where we have components for fuel processing, for humidification or reformers. The second part are the components for heat management, like a heater or heat exchanger, and as well burner and furnaces. And beside these components, we also have some special solutions, like something for stack tensioning, and where we have another slide later. The second bigger group for products are the fuel cell applications. Most important are the test rigs for solid oxide fuel cells and electrolyzer. And beside that, we also make demonstration systems and all the software which is required to operate test rigs or demonstration systems. On the next slide, some more details about the single components. On the first slide here, about the fuel processing, it's mainly the humidification units, where we start on the left side with bubblers for the lower humidification rates. And if we need higher humidification rates, we can use electrical evaporators, which are built so far up to 6 kilograms per hour. And thermal evaporators in demonstration systems, for example, using heat exchanger, we can provide as well. The humidification units can also be used for steam reformer. So for the reforming, we can provide steam reformer, CPOX, and also autothermal reformer. And they can be used for methane, natural gas, and a lot of other hydrocarbons. For the thermal management, we provide electrical air and gas heater. They can be used for outlet temperature up to 850 degrees. And we can use it as well for thermal cycling tests, because they can be operated with thermal gradients up to 500 Kelvin per minute. And this cycle stability we have also approved, because they are used already in some thermal cycling test rigs. The heat exchanger can be used also for heat recuperation, especially in test rigs. If we have also a focus on safe energy costs, it's a good possibility to save electricity. Other applications for this high temperature heat exchangers are reforming systems, production of synthetic gas, or some other kind of applications. If we need to produce heat in our systems, we often use this all-gas porous media burner. I would highlight some, or just two main points. It's the robust operation, even during fluctuations of a gas flow or the gas composition, and the very low CO and NOx emissions. That's an advantage of such a burner. On the next slide, I have one subsystem which is often used in fuel cell test rigs. And for this system, we have also a model here in our booth. It's B40, direct next to the technical forum here. And where we have made some improvements. If you test stacks in a furnace environment, it's very important to have a very accurate vertical alignment of the compression rod in the test rig. And therefore we made some improvements to be able to adjust this vertical alignment inside the test rig. The second thing is we integrated also a force transducer which can measure in 3 axes. The advantage is that we can in this way see directly in which direction the force goes into the stack. And the last thing about this subsystem is a rod position measurement that can help also to see during a heat up or cooling down of the stack inside the furnace how or in which way the height of the stack is changing during the thermal cycle. The last slide for the single components in the process technology are customized reactors. So often we have requests for very special applications where we cannot provide any of our standard components, or also other companies was not able to do that. And in that case, we are also able to provide customized reactors and where we can provide the design and also engineering and manufacturing. It was often requested for research projects where something should be tested which is not available so far. Okay. Now we are on the second part of our product portfolio, that are the fuel cell test rigs. And here we have just an overview of which kind of test rigs we can provide. It's starting on the left side with single cell test rigs, where we can provide our own cell housing, and we also can integrate customers' cell housing. Both is possible. Stack test rigs in the middle can be provided for short stacks or for standard stacks. And we can also provide test rigs for stack modules or for SOFC systems. On the next slide, I have a short film how such a test rig can look like. So we have here in this part the gas distribution system. On the lower parts, we have all things like a gas preheater, reformer, or evaporator for the test rig. We have the electrical load or power supply. Inside the furnace, we would have a stack here. And on the top, we have a pneumatic system, which is required to compress the stack. Okay. This was just a film to give you an impression how such a system can look like. Okay, on the next slide, I would highlight just a few things about our test rigs or what we can make and provide. Our stack test rigs we have built so far up to 600 amps current and 20 kilowatt electrical output power. And we can provide with test rigs for solid oxide fuel cells and also for solid oxide electrolyser applications. Besides with very big stacks for the single cells, they are much smaller. Here you have two examples of cell housings we can provide. On the left side with ceramic cell housing we provide together with a partner, and on the right side metal cell housing. All the test tricks and demonstration systems we provide together with a complete software. So the systems are completely integrated. Here we have one example for the graphical user interface, which allows an easy and safe manual operation of all the single components we have inside the test trick. And for automatic tests, we provide one program called ProControl, where you can define automated test runs that the user not needs to be in front of a test rig all the time. And all the variables are also available via an OPC interface. So if you have, for example, your own programming language which you want to use to automate your tests, it's also available. Okay. Beside the test tricks, we also provide demonstration systems. The difference between demonstration systems and the test tricks are that here SOFC stacks from different manufacturers can be integrated. So if you have, for example, some research projects where you need to develop a complete demonstration system, that's something we can provide as well and did in the past already. And based off our knowledge in the field of SOFC, we can also provide a lot of engineering services around designing of such systems. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. If you have further questions, we can invite you to our booth B40. It's direct over there. And so I thank you very much for your attention. Yeah.
Thank you very much also from my side. Are there any questions from the audience at this time? You may easily just raise your hand. Okay, you can take all the questions that you did hesitate to ask right now to the booth, which is right across. It's B40. Once again, thank you very much. That was Dr. Sandro Ruhland from the EBZ. We will have a short break here and we will continue in half an hour. That will be at 4 o'clock. We'll talk about an automotive-inspired supply model for hot BOP. So please stay seated or come back in half an hour in the technical forum here at the group exhibit Hydrogen Fuel Cells and Batteries.